Hello everyone! So, inaantay ko yung kapatid ko. Nasa may parking lot ako. Kadarating namin dito sa Valkeakoski. Meron siyang 2-hour class. And after that, may lalakarin kami dito sa city. Ewan ko kung Valkeakoski is a city or a province. Anyway, so we are making this vlog about applying for student visa. Or baka may mag-react na naman, residence permit for studies here in Finland. So, however you wanna call it, it's almost the same. Sabihin na natin it's just the same. You're coming as a student here in Finland. So, yeah. Merong website, you can check it out, studyinfo.fi. Meron siyang English translation, so you wouldn't have a problem understanding it, even though yung end niya is .fi. Well, anyway, so from that website, you can check all the courses available or all the courses that you can apply for. Anyway, this vlog pala is all about our experiences, her experiences, my sister's experiences when applying for student visa or residence permit for studies. So all the steps, all the process is kung ano yung ina-ask ng school and kung ano ina-ask ng embassy and ng Finnish government. So anyway, gusto ko lang i-clear na we are not expert dito sa mga gantong bagay, na yung sinishare namin is are based from our experiences. So anyway, yeah, let's go back to that website, studyinfo.fi. So andun yung application form which you will fill up and then you will submit. And December 2019, and my sister nag-usap about her coming to Finland. And na-submit niya yung application form ng January 2020. After a month, mga around midweek of February, she received an email na ginagrant siya na pwede niyang i-take yung 3 courses out of 6 courses na options niya nung nag-file siya nung application form. Kasi you can choose 6 courses na parang options mo, pero yung sa 6 na yon, naka-greenan sa kanya yung 3. Yung 2 dun sa courses na yon, she can take the entrance exam outside Finland, and yung 3rd is she can only take the entrance exam in Finland. So, parang that time, dinisregard niya na yung 3rd kasi nga ang layo ng Finland and super mahal ng ticket. So, bakit siya pupunta ng Finland kung pwede naman siya mag-exam outside Finland? So, yung 2 courses na yun naman, yun yung pinili niya na examan niya. And there are only 2, as far as I know, I'm not so sure, pero ang alam ko, there's only Vietnam and China dun sa Asia where you can take the entrance exam or national or joint application exam, something like that. So, Vietnam or China. And that time, Vietnam yung pinili namin kasi yun yung may pinakamurang ticket. So, yung joint application exam, it was scheduled March 12 and 13. So, they flew to Vietnam March 11. And then, tada, kumalat, nag-breakout na outbreak ng coronavirus, ng pandemya. So, March 11, my sister was with my mom. They were already in Vietnam. My sister received an email saying that the entrance exam is cancelled. So, they've cancelled it. And so, yeah, my sister was so frustrated at that time because March 11 na-receive yung email, March 12 exam na. And the worst thing is, andun na sila sa Vietnam. So, sayang yung effort, sayang yung money, yung time nung travel, ganyan. So, March 12, pumunta pa siya dun sa may mismong testing center to reconfirm ulit na cancel talaga yung exam. So, ayun nga. So, na super duper confirm niya na na-cancel yung entrance exam. And then, mas malala pa kasi parang outbreak na nga ng corona, ng pandemya na yan. Nung nasa Vietnam sila, parang meron ng news na nagsasabing ilalockdown ang Manila Airport, ang Pilipinas, so wala makakapasok, ganyan, ng March 15. So, kailangan nilang makabalik before March 15 sa Pinas. Yung ticket naman nila is March 14, pero na-cancel din yung ticket nila pabalik ng Manila. So, kailangan maghanap ng flight, mag-rebook, ganyan-ganyan. Tapos, walang mahanap. As in, nahirapan silang maghanap at mag-book ulit ng plane ticket. Tapos, parang bigla na lang nagkaroon ng miracle, ganyan. Kasi March 13, naghahanap na sila ng flight para sana makabalik na lang din sila agad-agad sa Manila before nga mag-lockdown daw yung Manila. So, wala silang mahanap na plane ticket na March 13. March 14, fortunately, last 2 seats ng plane going back to Manila, nakuha nila. So, before pa mag-shutdown ang Pinas, or mag-lockdown, or however you call it, nakabalik pa sila nahabol pa nila na makabalik ng Manila. So, ayun, at that time, I was frustrated. She was frustrated. Everyone was frustrated dahil sa mga pangyayaring ganun. Pero, well, ganun talaga. So, ayun na nga, akala namin wala ng pag-asa na that year ay makapunta siya sa Finland para mag-study, para mag-aral. Pero March 17, naka-receive siya ng email. I've mentioned a while ago na nag-grant siya ng 3 courses wherein she can participate sa joint application or yung entrance exam na yon. Naka-receive siya ng email yung sa 3rd course na yon na ang dapat exam ay gaganapin lang in Finland. You cannot take the exam outside Finland. So, nag-email yung school telling them na canceled ang exam sa Finland but they can take the exam online. So, yay! Ganon. So, parang bigla kaming nagkaroon ulit ng pag-asa, ganyan. So, luckily, this school, which is Hame University of Applied Sciences, or in Finnish, Hamen Ammattikorkeakoulu, nag-email, and so, she took the initial exam online. And then, after a week, they emailed her again, telling her na she passed the initial exam and she can participate for the interview exam, ganon, or oral exam, ganyan. So, tinake niya ulit yung 2nd exam or yung interview na yon. Tapos, luckily, naipasa niya yung 2. After 2 weeks, na-receive niya yung email, yung parang congratulatory email na congratulations, nakapasa ka dun sa exam, welcome to Hame University of Applied Sciences, blah blah blah, ganyan. Tapos, with that email, with that congratulatory email, may kasama na din na kung paano yung process, kung ano yung requirements, kung saan siya magbabayad ng tuition, ganyan. So, kapag student ka coming to Finland na hindi ka resident ng EU or EEU and you are coming to Finland to study an English course, magbabayad ka ng tuition fee. Yung course na naipasa ng sister ko is Business Administration, and it costs us 9,700 euros per year. Yes, 9,700 euros per year. Sobrang mas mahal siya talaga. Talagang. But let's talk about all the gastos and the tuition fee and financial and money matters later on. I would want to focus muna dito sa process ng application and yung mga requirements. So, after ma-receive nga yung confirmation or congratulatory email na nakapasa siya dun sa school, they asked her to confirm the study place and to register for the academic year. So, when she received the congratulatory email ng April, they asked her to confirm the study place and to register until July, April, May, June. So, 3 months. They gave her 3 months para mag-isip if she really wants to accept the study place. And yeah. So, hindi ko na naituloy kanina yung vlog ko sa my car. Pero yeah, let's continue. So, yung requirements na hiningi nila. My sister received a checklist nung lahat ng requirements na kailangan niyang i-provide, kailangan niyang i-send, and she sent it sa may enterfinland.fi. Yun yung website kung saan din kami nag-a-apply ng renewal ng visa, citizenship, ganon. So, ganon din sa kanila. Doon din sila nagsisend ng mga documents for application nga ng residence permit for studies or yung student visa kung tawagin ng iba. So, yung mga hiningi sa kanyang document is yung application form, yung mismong application form ng residence permit for yung nung para sa student visa, passport photo na maximum 6 months old, valid passport, and yung passport valid siya dapat for at least 6 months para mag-continue yung process nung sa may visa. And then fourth is yung colored copy nung passport kung saan nakalagay lahat ng details and info nung passport nyo. Tapos yung certificate of acceptance, tinanggap mo yung study place sa Finland. Yung certificate of acceptance naman na yun is manggagaling from yung school na in her case, Hame University of Applied Sciences. Tapos, bank statement na for 6 months and certificate or proof na meron kang health insurance na yung health insurance na yun yung gagamitin mo while you are staying here in Finland. And for my sister, she has Swiss Care. So, meron siyang Swiss Care which is an international student health insurance na pwede dito sa Europe. So, Swiss Care, yung health insurance. Yun na din daw yung pinakamura sa mga nakita nung kapatid ko. So, yung health insurance na yun, she paid 12,000 pesos for the whole year na yun. So, every year, i-renew yung insurance. So, yeah, nasa around 12K. In addition, they also required a proof na kayang i-support ng kapatid ko yung kanyang finances dito sa Finland. So, they required 560 euros per month, which is around 6,700 euros for the whole year. Tapos, every year yon you will need to prove. Kasi parang yung pag magre-renew ka ulit ng student visa or residence permit for studies, kailangan mo ulit mag-provide ng proof saying na kailangan mo na kaya mong i-support yung sarili mo dito sa Finland. So, dinala ng sister ko yung mga ni-require na documents sa Manila. Tapos, hindi napansin na yung passport niya is less than 6 months na lang valid. So, pinag-apply pa muna siya ulit ng passport. So, kinailangan pa ulit magpa-appointment for the passport. Tapos, inantay, ganyan. Tapos, kinuha. Tapos, ibinalik niya ulit doon sa Manila yung na okay na nga yung passport niya, ganyan. Tapos, naka-receive siya ng email ulit na kailangan ng supporting documents pa to prove yung kanyang financial capacity pagdating niya dito sa Finland. So, mga bank statement, mga bank certificate, mga ganong stuffs. Pero, kapag maayos yung bank statement nyo, bank certificate nyo, basta kapag maayos yung financial status, for sure wala na silang hihingin na mga other supporting documents. So, ano pa? After niya maipasa lahat ng documents na hinihingi ng Finnish Immigration Service, June 22, naipasa niya na yun lahat, agad-agad, the next day, nakuha niya na yung decision from the Finnish Immigration na binibigyan siya ng 1-year student visa or 1-year residence permit for study. Tapos, she needed to pay 350 euros for processing. Ayun, so, na-receive niya na nga agad yung decision na i-grant siya ng student visa. Tapos, mga 2 weeks, na-receive niya via LBC yung yung mismong visa card, yung mismong residence card na yun. Ganun kabilis, basta maayos lahat ng documents na ipinasa nyo dun sa immigration service, as in sobrang bilis ng process. Ganun din naman dito kapag nagre-renew kami ng visa or pag nag-a-apply ng citizenship, basta maayos lahat ng papers, walang nagiging problem usually doon sa immigration. So, kung medyo magulo yung mga nakwento ko, yung mga sinabi ko kanina, i-sum up natin. So, dun sa money matters, financial matters, so yung mga nagastos niya is yung na-require na 560 euros per month or around 6,700 euros per year. Kailangan may proof ka na may ganun kang amount sa bank mo for the whole year. Tapos, yung processing fee sa Finnish immigration na 350 euros. So, yun na yung processing fee para makakuha ka nung student residence permit. Tapos, yung sa health insurance, which for my sister's case, 12,000 pesos for the whole year na din yun. And then, syempre, yung tuition fee. Yung tuition fee depende sa course and depende sa school. Yung sa kapatid ko, she's studying at Hame University of Applied Sciences ng Bachelor's Administration in Computer Application. Yung tuition fee niya ng one academic year is 9,700 euros. So, kailangan mo ding bayaran yon, tapos mag-provide ng receipt na nabayaran mo yon. So, yun yung sa mga about money matters or financial matters when applying for student's residence permit. Tapos naman, yung sa may process, i-summarize din natin siya. So, first, pupunta ng studyinfo.fi kung saan mo makikita yung mga courses available. Tapos, andun yung application form. I-fill up mo yung application form doon. Tapos, you will be receiving an email kung na i-confirm nila kung pwede kang mag-participate dun sa joint application exam or yung entrance exam. Na sa Asia, I think they hold it in Vietnam and in China. Tapos merong other courses din naman na hindi nila pinapayagan na ma-hold sa other countries other than Finland. So, choice mo yon kung anong gusto mo dun sa mga courses na yon. Anyway, makikita mo naman siya dun sa mababasa mo siya and makikita mo siya dun sa studyinfo.fi. So, nag-participate ka na dun sa entrance exam na yon or dun sa joint application exam. Kapag ka napasa mo yung exams, for my sister's case, meron siyang written exam and then yung interview, and both napasa niya yon. Makaka-receive ka naman ng congratulatory email from the school, and at the same time, makaka-receive ng instructions for enrollment. Tapos, edi okay na yung sa part na yon, yung sa school part na yon. Pupunta ka naman ngayon ng enterfinland.fi. Doon ka naman mag-a-apply ng student's residence permit. Doon sa website din na yon, makikita mo na din doon yung requirements na mga nasabi ko kanina. Lahat ng requirements na yon, andun siya, yung checklist ng requirements. Tapos, isasubmit mo lahat ng documents na yon, dun din sa website na yon, yung enterfinland.fi. Kapag ka nasubmit mo lahat ng documents, walang problema, wala silang hininging mga supporting documents or other supplementary documents, makaka-receive ka agad ng siguro case-to-case basis kung makaka-receive ka agad ng decision or kung medyo matatagalan. Pero for my sister's case, she immediately received the decision na ayun nga, she was granted a student visa. After nun, ayun na, aantayin na lang na dumating yung mismong residence permit card or yung student residence permit card, which for my sister's case took 2 weeks lang, and it arrived via LBC. And as promised, or not really as promised, pero someone also asked kung ano daw yung scope ng written exam dun sa joint application exam na yon. and kung anong scope nung, kasi parang dalawa na, written and yung sa oral. So, kung ano daw yung scope ng exam na yun. So, tinanong ko na lang yung kapatid ko kung ano yung mga naging scope. Kasi walang binigay na pre-reading material para sana makapag-review or makapag-prepare for the exam. As in, ganun lang. Bahala ka sa buhay mo kung anong babasahin mo, kung paano ka mag-prepare. Pero, syempre, kung ano yung naging exam niya before, kung ano yung mga tinanong sa kanya sa written exam, and kung ano yung mga tinanong sa kanya sa interview, not necessarily na the same. So, I've asked my sister nga about yung scope nung naging written exam. And, clinic-clear ko lang na it's not the same for every exam. Kasi iba-ibang nagpapa-exam dyan eh. Iba-ibang school, iba-ibang magkakaiba ng courses, walang super general. So, yung sa written exam is yung English language test, and then yung second part was logical deduction skills and basic competence. Tapos, dun naman sa interview, it was online, and you should, the questions were, why did she choose the school and why did she choose the degree? And so, yeah, that's it for this vlog. Thank you for watching, and please do subscribe, and see you next time!